Hi there, welcome to my channel. And for this week, sorry for the clickbaity title, but what if you invested 5,000 peso in crypto in 2017? Are you a millionaire now? Let's find out. So I first heard about Bitcoin in December of 2017. I was in France back then. I have a few colleagues who were talking about this. I opened my first crypto in Coinbase. That's a Euro-based crypto exchange. Checking my history in Coinbase, I invested on December 11, 2017. I don't know about it. That's why I just put like very small amount. It's 5,000 pesos to be exact. Of course, in euro conversion. And then I split it between BTC and Ethereum. Ethereum was also just gaining traction during that time. I don't want to put a lot of money into something that I don't fully understand. After the peak of like 2017, it really went downwards. Bitcoin was released on April 28, 2013 at the price of 5,543 pesos. And then Ethereum was released 2 years later at the price of 31.49 pesos. I invested on December 11, 2017. During that time, it was the peak of Bitcoin during that time. From 5,500 pesos, it went to 968,000 pesos. That's like 174% increase. Whereas Ethereum, it's even crazier. From 31.49 on August 2015, it went to 40,278 pesos on the day that I invested on 2017. And that's like 1,279% increase in value. Okay, so from the time it peaked on 2017, around 900,000 pesos, it really went downhill. It hovered around 500 to 600,000 for the next 2 years up until 2020. So from August to September 2020, it was just hovering around 570,000. It went to its all-time high in November 9 of 2021, where it went from 500,000-ish to 3.3 million pesos. The time it started up until its highest peak, it increased by 611%. Whereas for Ethereum, from the time it started at 31.49 pesos, it went all the way to 241,280 pesos on November 9 of 2021, and that's like 7,662% increase. So yeah, that's really huge numbers, and you really cannot see these numbers even in stocks. I don't think you will have this kind of outrageous increase. So now going back to my portfolio, so I invested, as I mentioned, I invested in December 11, 2017 at the very peak of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So from 2017 up to its all-time high, the increase was not too significant, but it's still very huge. From 968,000, it went to 3.3 million. So that's like 3.5% increase in value. Whereas Ethereum, from 40,000 at the time I invested, it went to 240,000. So that's like 5.9 times increase in value. Me having just 5,000 invested, did it make me a millionaire? Let's find out. Okay, as I've mentioned, from 17 to 2021, there's a huge change, but not as huge as when it's first started, like 2013 to 2017 range. Okay, so for my portfolio, since I only have like 5,000 pesos and I split it between Ethereum and Bitcoin, if I compare it against the peak from where I started, so like 2017, comparing it to its all-time high on November 9, 2021, money grew from 3,100 pesos to 11,159 pesos. That's for Bitcoin. And then for Ethereum, there is an increase of 5.9 times its value. My 2,700 pesos went to 16,400. Did it made me a millionaire? Not at all. because as I've mentioned, the change from time I invested up until its all-time high, variance is not as significant as to when it started. If I found out about crypto in 2013, like all of us maybe could have wished, if had I invested 5,000 in crypto in April 28, 2013 at the peak in November 2021, it could have been 1.9 million peso. So yeah, could have made me a millionaire. But what's interesting is Ethereum, because Ethereum, when it was launched, it's only 31 pesos. On its peak, it's 241 pesos. So that's like 7,662 increase in value. So my 2,700 could have been 21,057,000. But yeah, who knows about crypto? Who cares about crypto during those times? No one. That's why I'm still very bullish in terms of my in terms of crypto. That's why this year I really intended to like put in more. I listened to this thought leaders like Tom Bilyeu, Gary Vaynerchuk, and they mention about technology not moving backwards. It's like when you say technology, there's new technology, it always moves forward. Cryptocurrency is actually the technology that will drive the financial market in the future. So currently you will not imagine a world without the internet. You will not imagine a world without the GPS. But during that time, it's really like a concept in somebody else's head. But once it was released and people started to adapt it, then it just skyrocketed. Even credit cards. Nobody was very comfortable using the credit card. But when it reached enough people, you really cannot go backwards. Can you still imagine a world without a credit card? And it's also like the same concept when it comes to crypto. Maybe in 10, 20, 30 years from now, maybe even banks doesn't exist anymore because cryptocurrency is the norm. Okay, so what are the things that I learned? First is, had I known about staking, I could have just staked that 5,000 peso. With staking, right, the current value does not affect your investment. What staking does is it increases the number of your coins, and then if I stake it, over time it can accumulate more bitcoins, and in turn, if I exchange it now, then the value could have grown. One option that I could have done is the cost averaging. Instead of just putting like 5,000 one time, I could have put just even 1,000 like every month. I think it could have made a difference because I could have catch the average. I mean, that's a concept of cost averaging. So you put a certain amount of money like every month, hoping to get the average of the highs and the lows. If I can turn back time, that's two things that I could have done, and definitely it will increase my money. I hope you learned something from this video. Like you, I'm also just learning about crypto. So if you have references, if you have any questions, you can let me know and we'll just like try to learn together. Okay, thank you for reaching this far. Thank you for your support, and I hope to see you on my next one.